What happens when loyalty to a political leader outweighs the integrity of justice? This question is at the heart of a legal battle unfolding in Washington, as three former high-ranking FBI officials have sued FBI Director Kash Patel and Attorney General Bondi. They allege that their dismissals were orchestrated by the White House and the Department of Justice, with Patel allegedly enforcing these orders to maintain his standing with the Trump administration. The lawsuit argues that Patel explicitly stated he was compelled to dismiss certain FBI agents due to direct orders from his superiors. According to court documents, he conveyed to his colleague Driscoll that his job security hinged on the removal of agents involved in investigations related to the president. He allegedly remarked, "The FBI tried to put the president in jail, and he hasn't forgotten it," indicating a retaliatory motive behind the firings. Moreover, Patel is accused of acknowledging that these dismissals would violate established FBI regulations that are intended to protect agents from being unjustly terminated for their work on specific investigations. The lawsuit claims he was aware that his actions were likely illegal, exposing him to potential lawsuits and even deposition in the future, in stark contrast to his private comments. Patel maintained under oath during his Senate confirmation process that all FBI personnel would be shielded from political retaliation. This discrepancy raises eyebrows and casts doubt on his credibility as a public servant. The lawsuit was lodged by Driscoll alongside Stephen Jensen and Spencer Evans, both former high-ranking officials within the FBI. Initially reported by NPR and MSNBC, the case draws attention to a troubling narrative of political meddling within federal law enforcement. The former agents argue that specific individuals were targeted for termination for their work on high-profile cases, including investigations led by special counsels Jack Smith and Robert Mueller into Trump's dealings. One case highlighted is that of Walt Giardina, an agent removed at the behest of Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, who reportedly faced pressure from the Trump administration to dismiss agents linked to its probes. The implications of political loyalty in law enforcement take a closer twist, as the lawsuit also details a controversial vetting process Driscoll underwent when considered for an acting deputy director role. He claims he was essentially given a political loyalty quizzed on his voting history, including whether he had supported any Democrats. Further, he was interrogated on whether agents involved in the FBI's search of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate for classified documents ought to be held accountable. Driscoll asserted that these types of probing questions were inappropriate and blurring the lines between political affiliation and professional suitability. The situation escalated when Emil Bove, then acting Deputy Attorney General, began pressuring Driscoll for lists of FBI employees linked to the January 6 Capitol attack investigations. The lawsuit describes how Bove pushed for these names under the premise of combating supposed cultural rot in the FBI. Despite Driscoll and his colleague Jensen expressing serious concerns that revealing such a list could jeopardize those agents' safety, Bove's insistence on these lists, the nature of which went beyond legal boundaries, was perceived as a direct violation of democratic accountability within the organization itself. Driscoll and Jensen ultimately complied with Bove's orders only after consulting with the FBI's legal counsel, highlighting a coercive atmosphere permeating the bureau. Adding to the controversy, Bongino, who transitioned from a career in Secret Service to a vocal supporter of Trump, reportedly prioritized certain politically charged investigations. He frequently sought briefings on significant cases, including bomb threats around January 6, the leak of the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision, and notable incidents like cocaine being discovered at the White House, discussions that Bongino highlighted in both interviews and on social media. This focus has caused concern among his peers that the urgent pursuit of online engagement could overshadow crucial investigative work. In response to their unjust terminations, Driscoll, Jensen, and Evans are demanding that a federal judge nullify their dismissals, arrange a public hearing to clear their names, and reinstate their positions. As the FBI has refrained from commenting on the ongoing lawsuit, one must ponder, should loyalty to political figures come at the expense of justice and integrity in federal institutions? What are your thoughts on the implications of this case? Share your opinions and insights below.